What's up, guys? I haven't made a video in a bit, and it's probably going to be hard for me to make videos on the reg because the semester started, and as a chemistry major at a new university I transferred to, I'm going to be really bogged down, so I'm probably not going to be making videos as often. But I did get a new app program to record, and it's going to allow me to make videos in 1080 HD, 1080p HD, so I'm excited about that. Some of that I'm kind of just using this to making this video to test how well the video is going to come out. So I guess in this video I'm just going to talk about our most recent war, which was fun, and we're still on a win streak. We're on 33 wins without a loss. We took about a week break. Everyone was upgrading their heroes, but we got back in it and we basically just destroyed. This is our like 8th level 5 clan that we've destroyed. We're almost level 5. Well, not almost, we're like halfway to level 5. But this is basically what our average war looks like, our average kind of attacks, what we do to ensure we win. So I think I don't want this video to get too long, so I'm kind of just going to speed up all these attacks a little bit and just talk over them. I'm not really explaining these strategies, like how they're performed or anything. You guys can just watch and see how they're performed and what we do to ensure that we get good attacks on other Town Hall 9s and the enemy Town Hall 8s and Town Hall 7s. But what I want to start doing is probably make some videos on how to get better at this game, because there's a lot of people who play this game. There's people of all ages, guys, girls. It's such a competitive game, and I know there's a lot of people struggling with their attacks, not able to get even 2-star attacks, and just overall not really having success with this game and having fun. So I would probably like to just give some tips on what I did to get better at this game, because we all started somewhere. I sucked in the beginning. I'm sure everyone did when they first started playing, because I mean, this is a strategy game. It doesn't have the quickest learning curve, but Clash of Clans nonetheless is unique of a game in that it's sort of, I would say, a monkey see, monkey do kind of game. It's not like Call of Duty, where you can watch someone who's amazing at Call of Duty and watch them play for an hour, and then suddenly you can play and be able to pull off the same kind of shit that they pull. No, it doesn't work like that. It's not like a first-person shooter. But you can watch videos of people performing certain strategies and kind of replicate them to a pretty good degree of success. You might not be able to perform them as accurate and precise as some of these elite players out there who are doing these attacks, but you can still get the idea and figure out the mechanics of how each troop works and the idea behind certain strats and why they're used and why they're so popular and why they work and 3-starring other bases and stuff like that. So I would say that that's basically what I did to get better at this game, was just watching other people play. Watching videos of very elite players and trying to practice multiple different kinds of strategies, because you cannot be good at only one kind of strategy. Every base is different. Every base is unique. We've all seen that. People make anti-go wipe, anti-ground, anti-air bases. So you have to be good with all kinds of troops. You cannot just be good at 1 or 2 attack strategies. So I would probably suggest a good idea to start is start very basic. Like, make an entire army camp of nothing but one troop. Make an entire army camp of nothing but barbarians. An army camp of nothing but hogs. Nothing but wizards. Nothing but, I don't know, P.E.K.K.A.s even. And just kind of look for bases you can practice on and just see how much you can get done with those troops And in doing that, you'll eventually feel out the mechanics of how every troop works, because every troop has a place in this game. And there's so many underrated troops that are barely ever used, like Valkyries, healers, and a lot of the elite Clash players have realized their true potential and have utilized them and have made amazingly successful attacks. So every troop has a place in this game. So understanding the mechanics of how every troop works can really help you in finding weaknesses in enemy bases and exploiting those weaknesses with particular troops. Like, for instance, in this base, I started off with, I didn't get a 3-star, but I started off with balloons on defenses that were out of range of air defenses. That's always a good thing to do. Always tack on some other troops that can help clean up a base from the bulk of your strategy. So if you're running like a Go Wipe or a Golem Wizard Witch attack, you can add a few balloons to take out enemy defenses that are out of range of air defenses. So there are a lot of bases out there where there are defenses well out of reach of any sort of air attacking defense. So you can exploit that by using air troops, like specifically balloons. So it's always good to understand the mechanics of every single troop, because every base has a weakness. There is not a single base out there that is 100% not 3-starable. There are bases that are insanely hard to 3-star, but nothing is impossible with this game. Every troop has a place, and if you learn the mechanics very well, you can exploit all of those weaknesses in a base. So a lot of us run hog attacks because hog attacks are kind of obviously they're not underrated now. A lot of people are starting to get used to running hog attacks and 3-starring with hog attacks. But the majority of enemy clans that we face in war aren't really using hog attacks against us. They're running average Go Wipe, Go Wee Wee attacks, sometimes Lava Loon attacks, just your basic average attacks. So most of the time those attacks just don't cut it anymore. You really have to mix it up now. You have to kill the Archer Queen. That's almost the first thing in any successful Town Hall 9 attack, is figuring out a way to kill the Archer Queen with a good kill squad of troops, and then figuring out how to take the rest of the base out while everything is distracted, mainly by your golems and your heroes and your kill squad, whatever you're bringing. Which is why I emphasized in my last video how important it is to have high-level heroes for a Town Hall 9. They barely factor in. For a long time, I was convinced that being on a really long win streak, you eventually get placed against harder and harder clans to beat, clans that are also on long win streaks. But I found that to not be true. And it has nothing to do with like the level of the enemy bases, the kind of troops they have. It's just, I don't know, it's some kind of average. Clash of Clans has tried to explain exactly how it works, how the matchmaking system works, but it clearly has nothing to do with the level of the walls, the level of troops, the level of your heroes. Heroes and walls especially have absolutely no factor. They don't factor in whatsoever, because 2 of our high talent 9s, we have level 20 heroes, and the highest level hero we ever see on the enemy clan is like 15, and it'll only be one of them having level 13, 15, 12 heroes, like 10 to 15 in the 10 to 15 range. None of them ever have level 20 heroes, and we have 2 people that we always bring in wars who have 20 plus heroes. So that heroes don't carry a weight, and that just makes your attacks and attackers so much stronger. The level of the troops carry a little bit, but not so much. The level of the walls don't carry like whatsoever. We've seen clans who had all maxed out walls, while all of us have like blue, purple, or we'll have people in our clan with really low level walls while the enemy has all max walls. And we'll see it the other way around. We'll have a bunch of people with all max walls, and the enemy will have no max walls at all. So that's another thing I barely factor in. But what I've been doing to practice a bunch of different attacks, like I guess Goho is my go-to attack strategy for many Town Hall 9 bases, and Golaloon still. I really like those attacks. I've been practicing the AQ healer walk with like 3 to 4 healers. I'm getting better at it, but I still need some practice on it. So what I've been doing that can really help you is, if you're a Town Hall 9 and you have max troops and high level heroes, is I would try to farm up to Master League, because there's a lot of good bases in Master League to practice on. But I would first, if you're brand new to a particular strategy, figure out how it works. Watch videos of other channels. There's so many good YouTube channels out there of elite clashers talking about showing amazing war attacks by these elite level 7 or 8 clans, very competitive clans. You know, there's people like Ashlane's channel, there's Gotti, HH, there's Dart, there's a ton of other people who have really good channels with very competitive bases that are like basically anti 3-star bases, and they show people 3-starring them with the most ridiculous looking comp strategies, because like I explained earlier, anything is possible. So most of them involve queen healer walks. That seems to be the new go-to strategy for all the elite players, is the AQ walk with a couple healers to take out like a good percentage of the base, and then bringing in some golems and finishing off with only like 15 to 20 hogs and like 2 heals to take out the defenses that are not really spread apart. So there's no chance of them running over double giant bombs or anything like that. So that's the strat I'm practicing right now, but I don't know how often I'm going to be using it, since, you know, our average enemy Town Hall 9s never really have anti 3-star bases or anything like that. So I've been practicing my surgical Goho and Golaloon attacks mostly. So in the Master League, I find a lot of really good kind of war-like looking Town Hall 9 bases. But if I'm trying out a new strat, like if you want to practice a Goho or a Golaloon, you want to first start by attacking Town Hall 9s with lower level defenses. Look for ones where one of their heroes are down. Look for ones where they have some of their defenses upgrading, so that you can be more successful with the attacks and have a better chance of 3-starring. Because if you just go out and look for a max out base right away, and you're not even familiar with the strategy, you're probably going to fail. And everyone knows that when you don't see progress, it really kind of turns you off with whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's going to the gym, exercising. If you don't see any progress, it kind of just makes you not want to do it, makes you lose motivation for it. So start on low defensive bases first, and then work your way up as you get better with the strategy. So that's what I would do. And like I said before, I think it'd probably be a good idea to just figure out the mechanics of each troop individually, how they work out individually. And once you understand every troop very in depth, then you can begin to make different combinations of attacks that will help you get 3-stars more effectively. Because this is a strategy game. It's not a first-person shooter with, you know, it's not Counter-Strike where everyone's using the one kill or the one-shot kill overpowered AWP. If any Counter-Strike fans out there, that was the shit back in the day. That's all I used to do, was just op people. But no, there isn't one overpowered strategy in this game. Everything is pretty well balanced at the moment. I mean, there are some strategies that seem to be overpowered at the moment, only because every update there's always some little tweaks that Supercell does that makes a strategy that was never used before suddenly like super effective, like the AQ healer walk. That was never really possible before, because the AQ would never really just walk around the base and attack things from where she's standing. She would always kind of go inward, and so that would waste too much time. But now because they changed the AI, people have figured out a way to exploit that and make that into a whole new strategy. And healers not being destroyed by air bombs was also a huge help in that, and helping in making that strategy so effective. So being able to adapt to changes in the game is also another big thing. I played video games my whole life, so adapting to changes in games have been pretty easy for me. But yeah, I'm going to end this video before it gets too long. Just kind of wanted to show what our average war looked like and test out this new app that is going to allow me to record in 1080p HD, so I'm excited about that. And I will probably show some of my practice attacks and explain what I did wrong, and if I fail, when I fail, because it's not a matter of if, it is just a matter of when, and explain what I did wrong, what I could have done better, and kind of help people understand how to approach attacking certain bases when you only have 30 seconds to prepare for that base, because that's also another really good exercise to get better at this game, is only having 30 seconds to use what you have and seeing what you can make of those 30 seconds to make a successful attack, plan the attack out as quickly as possible with the troops you have. So that's also always good to do as well. If you're able to think quickly, you'll be way better at this game, because you cannot just panic on an attack or your attack's going to fail completely. So I'm going to end this video before it gets too long. So as always, guys, thanks for watching.